Hey everybody, How To Car Guy here, helping you enjoy your ride. Today we're inside a 2015 Camry, and I'm going to show you some of the features of the vehicle in case you are taking a look at this car, or if you just bought one, you need to know how to work some of the things. So let's take a look at what the 2015 Camry has to offer. If you have dual zone climate control, you can control the temperature for the left side of the vehicle by turning the dial. You can see it corresponds here, and the right side of the vehicle. Whenever you have sync active right here, you can press that and it makes these numbers match, which gives the driver the ability to control the temperature for both sides. This is good if you're by yourself. You can use sync and you can set the vehicle cabin for whatever temperature you like. If somebody gets into the car and they want to make it a different temperature than what you have yours, they can actually adjust theirs, and they do not have to press sync again. You can see when I did that, I can turn it, it automatically disables sync and goes to that temperature. Also, auto here, it works just like central air. If you have a central air system in your house, you can press auto and it will set it to whatever temperature is set here. So I can press auto, it sets it to the right temperature, and it maintains the cabin at that temperature. This little icon here is for your front defroster. That is for your rear defroster and your side mirror defroster if you have the heated mirrors. That will manually control your fan speed up and down. Also notice whenever I hit this button, it disabled auto because it makes manual mode kick in, and so it disables auto. Mode here corresponds with the fan direction that you see on the display. And finally, the icon on the very end is recirculate, and that recirculates the air inside the vehicle. That's really effective in the summertime to give you almost an extra fan speed. Also in the wintertime, you don't want that to be active because it will keep your windows fogged up because it recirculates the moist air inside the car. The heated seat controls are right in the middle of the center console. So you can see when my arm is resting here on the armrest, I can just reach down here and adjust the heated seat controls, and when I click it once, if it's in the off position, I can move it up. As I move it up, it increases the temperature of the seat. In the center of the console, you have buttons that are along the left side and the right side of the screen, and they are going to control what comes up on the screen and also how you are able to control your music. Whenever you press audio, it takes it to the audio source screen, and that it says select audio source. At that point you can select AM, FM, XM. If you had a CD in there, you can see that's actually not highlighted. You would be able to play the CD. You can also play music off of a USB, Bluetooth audio, and auxiliary. You can also hit reorder, and that will allow you to organize them in a manner that you would use them the most. So if you wanted FM to be here, then you could actually push FM and you can move it over to the top left and then hit OK, and it saves it. Another audio source that I had mentioned before is USB. And the way that I use a USB in the vehicle for audio is I look down here in the console just forward of the gear shifter, and I can pull back this little tab, and there's a place for a USB to go, and it also has a audio jack as well. But I can take that USB, I can plug it in there, the car will sense it and start pulling information off of it. This box will then highlight, and I will be able to listen to whatever is on the USB, the thumb drive or flash drive. And I can put, depending on the size of the USB, I can put thousands of songs and listen to them, and never have to use CDs again if I don't want to. From my audio source screen, I can press audio again, and it will take it to the last used audio source. In this case, it was just your regular radio. You can see the artist song display here. It will actually display the album art from the music that is playing right now, and that is because of a software called Grace Note, and you can see the label right down there. That's music identification software that allows it to be displayed on FM radios that have the capability to do so. You can see here you have stations that you can memorize. Say I wanted to tune here and I found a station that I like and I want to memorize it in this number 1 through 6. I can hit it and hold it, and that just memorized that station there. It's really easy to memorize a station. In order to adjust the sound settings for your radio output, you can press the sound icon in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. That allows you to adjust the bass, the treble, the mid-range, and also where the most of the speaker output is. So I can move forward, rear, left, and right. And I don't have to select a save button or anything. It just leaves it there wherever I want it to be. Also, a part of the features in the audio system is a software called HD Radio. HD, popular to contrary belief, does not stand for high definition. It's simply a name that the inventors of HD Radio wanted to give the software in order to make it sound technologically savvy. That's your little tidbit for the day. What HD Radio does, though, it allows you to listen to basically stations inside of stations. So let's go to 104.1, and that should be an active HD station. It may take a second to pop up, but once it did, you can see it here. It says HD 1 and HD 2. Let's say I am listening to this song and a commercial comes up. I can go over to the second HD station that is 104.1, and it is still the same type of music, but it is maybe not in a commercial to where I wouldn't have to listen to this one that just went to a commercial. It's kind of a neat thing. Some stations have up to 3 HD stations. You have a little keypad here that is directional, up, down, left, right. You also have a button in the middle that is select. The button in the middle used as select would be equivalent to pressing and holding one of these selections and memorizing a station. That's what this is the equivalent of on your steering wheel audio controls. Volume up, volume down, mode, and mode lets you go between AM, FM, USB, disc, XM, and whatnot. I can also press and hold it, and it just muted the radio. There was a little pop down there that had a muted speaker icon on it, so now there's no volume. I can hit it and hold it again, and it allows the volume to come back up. Then I've got a back arrow right there to where I can go back to a previous selection screen in the audio system. I can use these up and down. I'm pressing down right now, and that is changing the selection on the preset stations you see there. And then whenever I press the right on the keypad, it scans to the next available station. You can see it move to 104.5, 104.7, so on and so forth. And finally, I have seek and track. This is where I can go up and down. I can actually scan stations. This would be the equivalent of also going here. This actually goes to the next available station that it finds. Using scroll up here at the top will go to whatever station you pick manually. Also, Seek and Track is useful if you have your USB source, using USB as the music source. You can hit Seek and Track right there to go to the next track. And also, if you have a CD in, you can go right there to go to the next track on the CD. And of course, that's how you cut the system on and off. The turn signal and headlight stalk here to your left is a pretty basic operation. On the end of the stalk, you're going to roll the end up and down. Daytime running lights off. You can cut off your daytime running lights there. You can roll it to auto. Auto allows them to cut on automatically when the sun goes down. You can roll it up, and that is going to be your parking lights or your accessory lights. And then rolling it up to the very top one allows you to cut on your headlights manually. Then you're going to go right for the right turn signal. You're going to go left for the left turn signal. But if you're on the highway and you just need to change lanes, you can tap it up once for right, and you don't have to actually engage it. You can just tap it up and it'll blink 3 times, and you can tap it to the left and it will blink 3 times. That's perfect for changing lanes. Windshield wiper operation is the stalk on the right behind the steering wheel. Over here on the inner part of this stalk, you see mist, and it's actually a little bit of a nasty day out here while I'm recording this, so the mist function would work well today. I'm going to push this stalk up once, and it's going to wipe once. And the other options on the stalk for the turn signals is off, intermittent, low, and high. Of course, intermittent will wipe in accordance with how the dial here is set on the windshield wiper stalk. So whenever you have it set here, that means that it's going to wipe more quickly. In other words, there's going to be less time between the wipes of the windshield wipers. And then as I click it back, it's going to put a little bit more time in between the wipes, and so on and so forth. Then I have low, that's if it starts to rain a little heavier, and I have high. And then you have a little arrow right here on the very end of the stalk, and that indicates your washer, windshield washer. So I can pull it back. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you have any questions or comments, please be sure to leave them in the comments section below so that I can respond to your questions. I do actually respond to questions from viewers, and I would be happy to help you in any way I can. Hope you have a great day, and remember to subscribe.